In today's lesson, we are going to look on what is a prefix. We're going to focus on prefixes. A prefix is a word part added to the beginning of a word that changes the meaning of the word. How are prefixes useful? Once you're able to decipher the meaning of a prefix, you will then be able to understand the meaning of strange, unknown, or unfamiliar words that are often encountered in a text you are reading. So in today's lesson, we are going to focus on prefixes. How can we understand what prefixes mean, and how can we figure out what prefix is, where it can be found, as well as the meaning? Here are some examples of prefixes. Today, our focus will be on these three: anti, against, or opposite. And an example of this would be someone who's behaving rudely in public would be known as a person who is antisocial or antisocial. Next, we have pre, which is perfect. It means before or early. Pre can be previous, previously, which means before. An example of this can be James will pre-order his PS5 as it is not yet in stores. What does this mean? When you pre-order something, you're ordering it before it is available to anybody else. Another thing could be dis. This word is placed at the beginning of a word, like dismiss. This prefix dis, it means deprive or to be excluded. An example of this will be, we will dismiss the class in time for the basketball game. When you dismiss something, you stop it. You discontinue it. You're going to stop it right here. So we are going to focus on these prefixes one at a time. Let's begin. Pre. A prefix is a word that is added to the beginning of a word. Once added to the beginning of the word, it changes its meaning. For example, pre is a prefix and it's used in a variety of words. Here are some examples. We have prehistoric, which means before. We have previously, before. This happened previously, it happened before. We have preview. Before you watch a movie on Netflix, you'll often see the preview. It gives you an idea of what you're about to see. Preview. When you preview a book, when you're reading, you're thinking, am I interested in this book? Let me preview. Let me scan through some pages real quick. Preview. Then we have prepay. Now you prepay for something in advance. That means you've not gotten it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and pay for it before I actually have it. Prepay. Your prepaid cell phone. That means you're going to pay for your service before you actually use it. Prepaid. Next, we have anti. Some people call it anti, depending on what culture you're in. Let's look at the prefix anti. Anti can be found before a variety of words. For example, antibacterial. I've heard it being called antibacterial. You need to wash your hands with an antibacterial soap to keep them clean and germ-free. So we know bacteria, they're germs. So an antibacterial soap must be something that will fight germs. It will fight against germs. So knowing what your words mean or your prefixes mean, that will enable you to figure out what does this word mean. Next, we have antiviral or antiviral. It says some medicines have been created to treat viruses and kill them from stopping them from spreading. So I know when something goes viral, like a YouTube video, everybody's seen it. The whole world gets to see it. It's all over the place. It's on every platform. Like we have a virus right now that is taking over the entire world. An antiviral would be something that would fight against that particular virus. So would be that remedy that's going to treat or block that virus. Then we have antibiotic, or as some persons pronounce it, antibiotic. It says, my doctor gave me an antibiotic to fight my cold. Have you ever been sick? And once you go to the doctor and they prescribe an antibiotic for you, all of a sudden you start feeling better? Yes, so that antibiotic, it fight against whatever disease or germs or sickness you're currently having, and it heals you. So anti meaning against. Now, let's check dis. Now, this prefix dis can be found before a number of words. For example, disappearing. Now, when you appear, you're right here. I can see you. You're in front of me. When you disappear, you've vanished. You're gone. So having the prefix dis in front of the word appear, it means you're gone. You're no longer there. So the sun was disappearing behind a dark cloud. The sun is leaving. Pretty soon, you will no longer be able to see it. Then we have the words such as dissatisfied. I know when I'm satisfied with something, I really like it. I'm enjoying it. It's very good. I'm satisfied with my purchase. I really enjoy it. However, when you're dissatisfied, you're not happy. You want it changed. You want it corrected. You're giving it 5 stars. Nope, you're giving it 3, 2, 1 star. You'll give it no stars because you're dissatisfied. So this sentence says, I was dissatisfied with the service at the restaurant. I'm definitely not leaving any tip. On to the next prefix. Now, what we're going to do, this time we are going to match these prefixes with their correct definition. Now, what do we know? I know that the word pre means before. So pre, it means before or early. Then I focus on dis. Dis mean you are going to be what? Deprive, excluded. Against. Let's just see what would happen if you clicked on anything. So dis means, oh no, I'm definitely not liking this. So see, that would happen if you're not doing it right. Next, you'd go, when the dis definitely means you're deprived or you're excluded. I hope you guys were paying attention. Perfect. Which leaves us with anti, which means against or opposite, most definitely. So in this lesson, we learned about prefixes. We learned about the word dis or the prefix dis. We learned about the prefix anti. We learned about the prefix pre, which means before. And we also learned the definition and some examples of what these prefixes are. Like anti or anti means against or opposite. Pre means before or early, and dis means deprive or excluded. If you like these lessons, please feel free to subscribe, like, and follow, and let me know what else you'd like to have me do for you. Until next time, bye guys.